Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Who's having up the tape? You doing this? Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Govinda Radhe. Jaya Radha Govinda Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhaja. Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Nidlila Pravishno Vishnupara Paramahamsa Parivajakarashaya Ashtotara Sashishimad is divine grace of Aicharanara Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Shubhupari Ki Jai. His confounder Charya is divine grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anand Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Naam Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhaja Ki Jai. Parama Karuna Shri Gaura Nitai Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Govinda Devi Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to Assembly Bodies, all glories to Assembly Bodies, all glories to Assembly Bodies, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Narang Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamuriraye. Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nitam Bhagavati Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtuke. Jayatam Surutapangama Mandamatir Gati Matsarvashwapadam Bhujo Sri Radha Marana Mohano Divyadvrindaranya kalpadrumara Srimad Ratnagara Sringhasanasto Srimad Shila Radha Govinda Devo Preshlibi Sivyamano Smarami Sri Sriman Rasarasarambi Vangshi Vatatata Sitaha Karshana Venur Swanair Gopi Gopinath Sri Hestuna Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Garadhara Shiva Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today I'm become very fortunate to get an opportunity to serve in this special capacity. And I treasure this opportunity. I treasure this from deep within my heart. It is not an ordinary thing to serve like this, but most time we are unqualified. And being me, I know I am most unqualified, but I take this great opportunity to purify myself by reading from the Śrimad Bhāgavatam and saying a few words on behalf of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara. Om Jnanatimandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshul Militang Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Etāvān yogena samagreṇeha yogina yujyate bhimato artho asaṅgas kṛtsnaśaḥ. Etāvān yogena samagreṇeha yogina yujyate bhimato artho asaṅgas kṛtsnaśaḥ. Etāvān yogena samagreṇeha yogina yujyate bhimato artho asaṅgas kṛtsnaśaḥ. Kindly, if anybody would. Etāvān yogena samagreṇeha yogina yujyate bhimato artho asaṅgas kṛtsnaśaḥ. Etāvān yogena samagreṇeha yogina yujyate bhimato artho asaṅgas kṛtsnaśaḥ. Mataji's. Etāvān yogena samagreṇeha yogina yujyate bhimato artho asaṅgas kṛtsnaśaḥ. Etāvān yogena samagreṇeha yogina yujyate bhimato artho asaṅgas kṛtsnaśaḥ. Anyone else would like to glorify Śrimad Bhāgavatam? Etāvān yogena samagreṇeha yogina yujyate bhimato artho asaṅgas kṛtsnaśaḥ. Etāvān, of such a measure, evam, just, yogena by yoga practices, samagreṇeha, all, iha, in this world, yogena, of the yogis, yujyate, is achieved, abhimataḥ, desired, he, certainly, artho, purpose, yat, which, asaṅgaḥ, detachment, tu, indeed, kṛtsnaśaḥ, completely. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The greatest common understanding for all yogis is complete detachment from matter, which can be achieved by different kinds of yogis. Kindly repeat. The greatest common understanding for all yogis is complete detachment from matter, which can be achieved by different kinds of yoga. Purport by His Divine Grace. There are three kinds of yoga, namely Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Ashtanga Yoga. Devotees, Jnanis, and Yogis all try to get out of the material entanglement. The Jnanis try to detach their sensual activities from material engagement. The Jnani Yogi thinks that matter is false and that Brahman is truth. He tries, therefore, by cultivating knowledge to detach the senses from the material enjoyment. The Ashtanga Yogis also try to control the senses. The devotees, however, try to engage the senses in the service of the Lord. Therefore, it appears that the activities of the bhaktas, devotees, are better than those of the jnanis and yogis. The mystic yogis simply try to control the senses by practicing the 8 divisions of yoga: yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyadhara, etc. And the jnanis try by mental reasoning to understand that sense enjoyment is false. But the easiest and most direct process is to engage the senses in the service of the Lord. The purpose of all yoga is to detach one's senses, one's sense activities from this material world. The final aim, however, are different. The final aims, however, are different. Jnanis want to become one with their Brahman effulgence. Yogis want to realize Paramatma. And devotees want to develop Krishna consciousness and transcendental loving service to the Lord. That loving service is the perfect stage of self-control. The senses are actually active symptoms of life, and they cannot be stopped. They can be detached only if there is superior engagement. As it is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, param drishtva nivartante. The activities of the senses can be stopped if they are given superior engagements. The supreme engagement is engagement of the senses in the service of the Lord. That is the purpose of all yoga. So, it's beautifully said here by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhurale Śrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Te Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatade Shatarine. All the different types of yogas recommend detachment from worldly activities, sensual activities. But the final goal is different. So the process is almost same. One must practice to control his senses and mind in all the different yoga systems, be it the Jnani Yogi, be it the Ashtanga Yogi, and be it the Bhakti Yogi. So detachment from the material world. Why? There must be detachment. Because this material world is full of miseries. All the yogis, the jnanis, the bhaktas, they understand that this material world is full of miseries, pain, dualities, so much suffering in this material world. And when we engage the senses in sense gratification, we become deluded. We become carried away. Indriyanam, charatanam, yan manu anuvidhyate. Tad asya haryati pragyam vayu navam ivambasi. Just like a boat on water without a rudder will be swept away by vayu, strong winds. So engaging the senses or focusing the senses on sense gratification in any dimension, indriyanam charatanam yan mano, mainly the mind and the senses, anuvidhyate. Anuvidyate, vidhi is the vidhi bhakti, vaidhi bhakti. Anuvidyate, tad asya haryati. Haryati, it can take away, right? Hari, like haryati, vayu navam ivambasi. So, it's recommended that we must control the mind and senses. And when one can control the mind and senses, then he can focus. Sita pragya tadochate, stita di muni uchate. He becomes situated as a muni, as a Krishna, Arjuna asks Krishna, he say, my dear Krishna, Keshava, how does one who is situated in transcendence? Sita pragyasya ka bhasha, samhari stahasya Keshava, stita di kim prabhaksheta. What does he talk? Kim prabhaksheta, kim asita, vrajeta kim. How does he sit? How does he walk? How does he talk? And Krishna explained, let it come. Yeah? He was smiling when the verse started. Yeah. So Krishna explained that for one who is situated in pure consciousness, yeah, the other verses are, that's in chapter 2, not so? Yeah? Kim asita varajeta kim, where is the Bhagavad Gita? And prajahati yada kaman. Prajahati yada kaman. Sarvan parta manogatan. He can control the mind. Sarva parta manogatan. Atmani eva santushta. Sita pragya taduchate. He is said to be situated in Sita pragya. Jnanavan mam prapadyante. Jnanavan, one who has a knowledge, he is said to be situated in knowledge of me. And then he is muni uchate. He is a muni. He is the best of all transcendentalists. Sita di muni uchate. So, Arjuna is not asking this question for his benefit, but he is asking this question for the benefit of all of us. Sita di kim pravaksheta, kim asita vrajeta kim. How does one sit and how does he walk? How the transcendentalists exist? So all transcendentalists, they must come to this elevated platform where they would be equipoised, they would have that equanimity, and they would be situated in transcendence at all times. So Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport, it appears that the bhaktas, that word so nicely said, it appears that the bhaktas' activities are superior. But later on he explained that only the result is different. Because the jnanis, Krishna explained in the Gita that Klesho dikahartas tesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi dukam. This is for the unmanifest, for the one who is seeking after the impersonal absolute truth. Devarabir avhapyate. It is very, very difficult for those yogis. So, Klesho dikaratas tesham, avyakta sakta chetasam, avyakta hi dukam. It's always, a great endeavor. And especially in Kali Yuga, there is no good situation where one can practice dhyan and pranayam and pratyahara and all these different limbs of transcendental yoga. Somehow when Srila Prabhupada came to the Western world, he saw that they were actually teaching these things and they were selling mantras and cheating the people. And sometimes people, they would go into the yoga studio, they will practice for some time, and then they will go outside and they will take some smoke or go and drink afterwards or something. So no real niyam, no real practice of control, self-control. And so this is why Arjuna was asking that question, for us to verify, for us to see who is really situated and how they are situated. Kim asita vrajeta kim, how does he walk, how does he talk, how does he sit? Yeah? Sometimes people sitting in the Bhāgavatam class and their foot is pointing this way. They have to sit like yogis, So the bhakti yogis even the bhaktas have to practice some type of, self-control and application. Jnana vijnana shahitam. With knowledge and practice, we will become realized. And when we have that realization, jnana, we will be able to act in a certain capacity. Without knowledge, we will not know. We will not be able to execute. Because knowing is very important. But also not knowing could be very beautiful, not knowing. Like the gopis, they didn't have to know. They didn't know. They didn't want to know Krishna. They didn't want to know Krishna is the Sadaishwarya Purna. They didn't want to know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, all perfect in all different dimensions. Mother Yashoda, when she saw the Aishwarya of Krishna in his mouth, she became flabbergasted. She became, she thought maybe something has attacked Krishna. So she said, bring a black cow, with a tail and do some, Ahoma Pavitra Pavitra Vasarva, try to purify Krishna. But not knowing, this Sad Aishwarya Purna, the perfect, absolute being, taking birth in a home. Or even the cowherd boys, they didn't want to know. They're climbing on Krishna Mark. As Prabhu was saying, Krita Punya Punja. They, with all their pious achievement and credit, they have amassed that and they come and they are. And I also, Srila Prabhupada said that they were not ordinary. They were just like Krishna. They were Krishna's expansion. And Srila Prabhupada gave the beautiful example. Like if you got one of your leg, your right one touches your left leg, you don't feel awkward. But if the moment somebody else's leg touches your leg, you can immediately acknowledge that there is a difference. So similarly, Krishna was playing with the cowherd boys. They were putting, see Krishna, this is a rasagula, and then when open your mouth, Krishna, and when Krishna opens his mouth, they said they get the rasagula, one boy pushed the flowers in his mouth. Krishna is just simply laughing, and they is also taking from their mouth and feeding to Krishna. They doesn't want to know. The gopis didn't want to know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So to know or not to know. It is also said that to know makes one cripple, makes one bhakti cripple. But then there is a statement in Bhagavad Gita that says, Tesham jnani nitya yukta, eka bhakti vishishyate, priyo hi jnani notaham aham sachamam priya. Krishna is saying that jnani who knows me, who knows of me, tatvata, in truth, tato mang tatvato gyatva, vishvate, vishyate, pravesha, vishyate, he enters that anantaram, into unlimited realm of understanding and devotion and bhakti, and can enter into the ocean of devotion, the nectar of devotion. So one has to know that vidhi, that principle is cultivated by knowledge, by jnana. Jnana vijnana shahitam. Yaj gyatva moksha se. He'll become moksha. He'll become liberated from the material entanglement, from sense gratification and sense enjoyment. Because Adi antavantu tu kongtya, Adi antavanta tu kongtya, natesu ramate buddha. Yeah? It has a beginning and an end. So he does not want that. He wants something permanent. Ananda chinmaya rasa. Pratibhavi tabira eva nija rupateyaka. He wants the chinmaya rasa. He wants the nectar. He wants to be situated in transcendence where he can apply himself and enjoy the transcendence without any, falter, any inabilities, as Prabhupada would say, any contamination from any external conditioning coming to him. he wants to be situated. That is the transcendentalist. They are on the higher platform. Like Srila Prabhupada, always with Krishna. And when all these devotees, they found out that Srila Prabhupada was always with Krishna, and Krishna was always with him, they never leave him. They never want to leave him. They have found. They said that if you find someone like that, or you find a situation like that, eka moolam, you should purchase it immediately. Whatever price you have to pay. And that price is Shraddhavan. Shraddhavan bhajate. Shraddhavan jana hai. Shraddhavan jana hai. Prabhu agai bhai magiye bika. Bolo Krishna bhajo Krishna. Koro Krishna shiksha. We should take Krishna. We should make Krishna, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhanapran, everything to us. Because we have found it. We can pay any price, and that price is fate. Like, it is Lao Krishna Nam, Lao Krishna Nam. Take the Krishna name, create the name of Krishna. It has been sold by Lord Nityananda. And he's selling it for, I heard it was half the price. Somebody said, it's even less than that he was selling it for. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving it for free. He went to the market and he was selling the holy name, and then people couldn't pay, and he just gave it to everyone. This is the mercy. Vairagya Vidyanija Bhakti Yoga Shiksharata Meka Purusha Purana. So, the transcendentalists, they are variegated. Their activities are, either as a jnani, as a Ashtanga yogi, or either as a bhakti yogi. That detachment from the material activities is very common. As Srila Prabhupada said, the greatest common understanding, the translation says that, of all yogis is completely detachment from matter, which can be achieved by different kinds of yoga. So yoga actually means to link oneself in devotion to the Supreme Lord. Dhyana vashita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogina. This is real yoga. Pashyanti yam yogina yasyantam virurasura suragana devastasmai namo namaha. This is one beautiful prayer that we pray to Lord Krishna. Yogendra bandana Srinanda nandana brajajana bayahari navina nirada rupa manohara mohana vangsi bihari Vrindavana rasam. Yeah? Yogendra bandana, he is the greatest of all yogis, and all the yogis know Krishna. There's like Prahalad Maharaj, that is the son of King Uttanapad. Uttanapad, the one who was from the throne, and he said that you cannot sit on the Dhruva Maharaj. Yeah. Dhruva Maharaj was performing this same type of meditation. Yeah, he was performing great tapasya and austerity. It is said that he even stopped breathing, and he was not even taking any other, no water, no food, dry leaves, and then he even stopped breathing. And he's standing on one toe, and when he stands on one toe, he even caused the universe to stop functioning. Such is the power of yoga. These are not fictitious stories. These are, Srila Prabhupada said, this is real. All these things are real. They are factual. Yeah? We have to understand that. Again, we must apply faith to understand these things. If you decorate the deities in the temple, you're actually decorating yourselves. How to understand that? You have to have great faith. Huh? One who has great faith in the Lord and the spiritual master, imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. Yasa Devi para bhaktir, yata Devi tata guru, tasyaitehi katita artha prakashante mahatmana. This is a siddhanta. We must have implicit faith. How we could understand cleaning the temple room and worshiping the deity is the same thing. Fixing the washroom, and it's on the same level. We accept all these truths because Srila Prabhupada, he lived these truths. He was the embodiment of all these truths. And we trying to follow these truths by remembering him and remembering his people who have worshipped him, his disciples who have gained such great merits by just associating with him. Jahara nikata gele papa dura jai. Darshana pavitra koro eitu margan. This is a great opportunity to come close to the spiritual master. Just by coming in close to the spiritual master, sins go far away. Just by living in the association of devotees, we will cease to perform sinful activities. Some, apparat, and we'll have to work on those things. But in the association of the devotees is where we get an opportunity to control our mind, to control our senses, to take prasadam, as I was talking to the other Julian a few days back. He said that now I don't want to take any food that is not offered to Krishna. Because when you take the prasad, with great faith, we take the prasad. When we take the prasad with great faith, we don't take birth again in the material world. We develop our transcendental consciousness. We come to the transcendental platform. Because the pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada, is giving us these conclusions, these siddhantas. His name is Bhakti Vedanta, but he is giving us the siddhanta, Bhakti Siddhanta. The qualification or the conclusion of the scriptures. And this is not ordinary. This is not ordinary. This is the special mercy of the pure devotee. Because he is the kṛtsnaśaḥ. He is a kṛtsnaśaḥ. He is the ocean of mercy and compassion. Karuna na hoile, kandiya, prana na rakibo ar. I will not be able to maintain my life and soul without the mercy. Gurudeva kripa bindu diya koro edasi trinapiksha atahina sakala samana koriti sakati dehonata jat sakala samana. We have to see everyone. And tabeto gaibe, only at that time, harinama suke, I can take the holy name. And enjoy the holy name. Harinama suke, aparada hoy bihata. Then our aparad, then our offenses will cease. Then we will come to the transcendental platform as bhaktas, as yogis, as devotees, So, just coming in contact with the pure devotee, tulaya ma levana pina swargana puram barvam. A moment association with the pure devotee, one is not compared to even going to swarga lok, is in becoming, because when you go to even the Brahma Jyoti, ayur kacharena parang tata patanti yada jusmarang raya patanti yada. That time will come when you will, again, Srila Prabhupada explained, you will come back to the material platform. And sometimes he said, even in the present situation in the material world, the so-called impersonalists, after some time, they have become established as yogis, as great philosophers, and they again open hospitals and schools and perform ordinary philanthropic work. This is going on in this present situation now. I know of many friends who are in the impersonalist school. They have ordinary schools. They try to get the jnanis from there and see if they could, inculcate with them the understanding that Lord has no hands and no eyes, and he cannot walk and he cannot talk and he cannot eat. Because Srila Prabhupada said, no, Krishna is eating. Yat karoshi yat ashnashi. Whatever you offer to me, I will eat. Yat jahoshi dadasi yat. And one impersonalist was telling Srila Prabhupada, your Lord, what is that? How could you understand how Krishna eats? How Krishna eats? The food is still on the altar. After eating, Srila Prabhupada, our great Acharya, said that this food has been eaten by Krishna. Angani yashya shakalindriya vritimanti pasyanti. Angani yashya shakalindriyanti. All the limbs of his, if he just by glancing, he can eat the prasad. And the prasad, and even though he have eaten, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. This is the meaning to transcendence. Om Purnamada. Everything is complete and perfect in itself. And even though some perfection is coming from that perfection remain perfect in itself. That is 1 plus 1 plus 1 is still 1. 1 plus 10 is, or 5 is still in the transcendental world is the same. This is the meaning to Purnam, complete. So when the Supreme Lord eats the prasad, The prasad is complete and perfect in itself. That's why when we take the prasad, we become rejuvenated. We can rejuvenate our consciousness. Sins can go far away. Bhungte prakriti jan gunan. Karanam gunasangosya. One who takes the food that is, one who does not offer his food eats only sin. Yeah? One who does not offer his food to the Lord, the Supreme Lord, eats only sin. So, the beautiful opportunity given to us as bhakti yogis, endeavoring on the path of devotion, is the ocean of the mercy of the spiritual master. And in this way, we can rise and raise our consciousness to the higher level by having that faith. Naturally, by Srila Prabhupada's disciple, by the association of devotees, sadhu sangha, we can have the highest perfection. Sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. Lavamatra, sadhu sangha, sarva sastrik hoy. We can get the sum total, the sum of all the scriptures, we can get it from the association of devotees. That's why we should never give up the association of devotees. At least for me, one of my fervent prayer is to always be in the association of devotees and endeavor for humility. We must pray like that, even though we are not so humble. We are not humble. One day we will become, because the Lord is wanting to see the sincerity. And He knows if the seeker is sincere or not. He's not far. He's situated right in the heart. Like we were having the experience, the one boy said, I don't want to do any service, Later on, he's looking for the commander. If there is some sincerity, you would look for the temple commander. You would look for the temple president. If once there is some sincerity in the heart, you end up looking for an opportunity to serve. And you will never get rid of an opportunity, because the 4 things that come not back, Shakespeare says that. A spoken word, a sped arrow, past life, and a neglected opportunity. Neglected opportunity will never come back. And this human form of life, Dulabha manusha janam tarapi juvamartram Dulabha manava janama. This human form of life is very, very rare. Tarawe bhava sindure. Tarawe bhava sindur. It can help us across. The word tarawe comes in the prayers to Srila Prabhupada every morning. I was remembering that. It can help us to cross the ocean. Tarawe bhava sindure. This bhava sindur, bhava sagar is the great ocean of material suffering. This human form of life. So this is an opportunity. And to come in this association of devotees and get an opportunity to serve, that is the highest opportunity we are getting, the greatest opportunity to make the human form of life perfect. So, even though we might endeavor on the path, some type of lingering, like Srila Prabhupada explained, this beautiful example, you pull out the fan, there's facts. Bhakti is explained with facts, factual knowledge. Pull off the fan from the electric supply, the fan sometimes still goes on, spinning. And in due course of time, the fan will stop. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina. By Vishaya. Some Vishaya, from sense gratification, niraharasya dehina. And naturally it will be there. But rasa varjam rasopyasya. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada was saying, Param rasaham param dishtva nivartante. By experiencing a higher taste, one can give up a lower taste. By experiencing a higher taste, one can give up a lower taste. Like, give the example, like a child in school. He wants to get all the little things to enjoy and be happy right away. But no, if you give him some, some superior engagement, then he can give up the Srila Prabhupada is giving us the superior engagement. The superior engagement is bhakti, is devotion, is the opportunity to engage in devotion to Krishna. That is the superior engagement. Then we can give up the lesser engagement, the lower activities, the material activities, sense gratification. And sometimes while we are still in temple, when we are still in the path, somehow or other we become attracted again to some materialistic activities. But do not be too worried about it. If you are sincere, Krishna will guide you through that also. Krishna said, I am giving the guidance to every living entity. And I am giving the knowledge. But tesham satayuktanam, bhajatam purvakam. If one gives me his bhajan, his kirtan, if one serves me all the time, satatam, all the time, dadami buddhi yogam tam, I will give him the buddhi, I will give him the intelligence, I will guide him. Like even the great Ajamil, he went away from the path. But Srila Prabhupada said that Krishna dictated to him to give his son the name Narayan. I was told that in that village where he stayed, one yogi had come that night. At some time when while he was, and the people, they wanted to ridicule the yogi. So they tell the yogi, you go to that house, go to that house. So when he went to that house, somehow he find it was this man. Oh, but yogis are special people. They are titikṣaśva karuṇyaka. They are very tolerant and kind and merciful and compassionate. That's a yogi. That's the bhaktas. That's the devotees. The transcendentalists, they are all same. Their activities are all same, practically speaking. But so he became very kind to Ajamil. So things were happening. So he told Ajamil, well, at least he could name your son Narayan. Krishna dictated that. Srila Prabhupada said Krishna dictated that. So we will get the dictates of Krishna from within our hearts once we are sincere to come back to the temple, to go back to the path. And many of Srila Prabhupada's men has somehow or other fallen away. Srila Prabhupada said, once you have tasted this nectar, it will stay with you eternally. You will never, because you have tasted nectar. You have tasted the immortality of this practice. You have tasted muhur, ahur, rashika bhuvi bhavuka. Again and again you have tasted. So you will never forget that taste. Param drishtva nivarrante. When by experiencing a higher taste, you can give up the lower taste. So the yogis, they would naturally gravitate to the transcendental activities. And Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he said, Arjun, tapasvi byauriko yogi, jnani byopi matidika, karmi byaschariko yogi, tasmad yogi bhava Arjuna. In all instances, become a yogi. Tapasvi, jnani, karmi, and Krishna, what in Bhagavatam says, akarma, sarvakarma, moksha karma, udharadir, trivena bhakti yogena, yajata parusham param. Whatever activities you want to perform, bring it to me. Srila Prabhupada said, dovetail that in your devotional life. Dovetail that in your spiritual life. If you're a good singer, sing for Krishna. If you can play the mridanga, you play for Krishna. You pray to Krishna while playing. Do not become too carried away. Offer it to Krishna. Offer yourself to Krishna. You can paint, like Mataji Divyangi's painting. Offer that to Krishna. Everything. Idam hi pungsas tapasa shukta seva. Shukta buddhidateya. Avichitu, Kavibir, Nivirupita, everything is Yatutamasloka, Gunanuvavdat. It is meant to only worship Krishna. Everything, even the great Michael Jackson and the great singers and whoever, they have only come here to glorify Krishna. But this is the world, it's a dvesha samutena, dvandva mohena bharata. They are in the duality. Sarva bhutani sammoha, they are in illusion. Sarga yanti parantapa, they are in the material world. We are in the material world also. Fortunately, we have come to the spiritual platform. We have come to the temple where we are not in the material world. Srila Prabhupada said this is not in the material world. Etāvān saṅkhya yogyābhyam swadharma panishtaya janma labdva parapungsa ante narayana smriti. So, we come to the temple, we come to the transcendental platform. The next verse Krishna says, yoginam api sarvesham, of all the yogis, yoginam api sarvesham madgatena rantaratmana shadhavan bhajate yomang same yuktatamo mata. The great yogis, the great one, the shadhavan with great faith, bhajate yomang, they worship me, they cultivate that culture of devotion within their heart. Devotional service, to know Krishna. To know Krishna, they cultivate that. So they would offer themselves to Krishna. Knowing Krishna and not knowing Krishna is an important thing. So if you know Krishna, you would surrender to Krishna. This is the one who is in knowledge of me, surrenders unto me. Jnanavan mam prapadyanti. Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Mahatmanastu mam parta. daivim prakritim ashrita, bhajanti ananya manasa, ananya cheta satatam, nitya yogina, ananya chintayantu mam, ye jana parupasate, tesham nitya viyuktanam, yogam kshemam vahamyaham. He said, I am dwelling in their heart. I will dispel that ignorance by the shining light of knowledge. Jnana dipena bhashvata. Jnana teham sa vijnanam. Jnana agni dagna karmanam. All this jnana will burn our papa. Tamahu panditam buddha. The pandit will become pandit. And pandita samadarshina. Pandita samadarshina. We can see, all my brothers, they are serving Krishna. Every one of them is serving. There is opportunity they are getting to serve. And if I can assist them in their service, then that will be my greatest joy. It is more in giving than in receiving. If I can help them to serve Krishna, if I could be an instrument where they can continue to serve, and I could be, opportunity to help them to serve, then I will enjoy the part of bhakti. So sukham kartuma vyayam. We're running out of time, Sita Ram doesn't have a check of time. But I'm so fortunate to, I had some notes, but notes doesn't mean anything. Temple President says, Sita Ram, you should prepare a class, so I don't know who is preparing the class. And yes, anyabhilashita shunyam. Anyabhilashita shunyam. All other desires become zeros, zero. And at the same point, zero. Yeah? We'll stay with that one, zero. Anyabhilashita shunyam, jnana karmani anavritam. Yeah? We give it up. Jnana that is contaminated or carried away by some type of savai pungsang, paro dharmo, yato bhakti radhoksaje, ahituki apatihata. Only that time, your yatma, that soul, your internal being, your well-being, your Krishna consciousness, susukham kartuma vyayam, will be happily performed. When you understand that you shouldn't be motivated, but how to come to that platform? It takes time. It takes time to come to that platform. Utsaha nishchayat dharyat, tatat karma pavartanat, sango tyagat sato vritti. Association with the saints, staying in the temple, staying under the guidance of the temple authorities, taking instruction from them. Sango tyagat, giving up the false association. Sato vritti, we can nurture and sadbir bhakti, prasiddhitam. Please be merciful to me. These are the divine qualities. Prasiddhiti will help us to nurture our bhakti. Utsaha, we must have enthusiasm. Yes, we must be enthusiastic. Utsaha. Srila Prabhu Goswami said, nishchayat, without any doubt, no doubt. Saṅkṣayatma vinashati. If you have doubts, then you will leave the path. Saṅkṣayatma vinashati, nayam lokosina para, nasukam saṅkṣayatma. We will not be happy on this platform. We must be happy. Like one of my friends, Srila Prabhupada's nice disciple, Keshi Das in Grenada, he said, this is not sad face kirtan. This is sankirtan. This is happily performed. Anandam Budivardhanam Patiparam Purna Amrita Ashwaranam Amrita Purna Amrita Ashwaranam Ashwari, to taste the nectar of the Sankirtan, of the path of devotion, is Anandam Budivardhanam, is unending, it's ever new, it's ever fresh. Every day it's new and fresh. Coming to the Mangalarati, that's why we run down to the Mangalarati every day. We want to see Radha and Krishna, we want to get that blessing. Srila Prabhupada said they are not stone. Yeah. But then we watch again, probably we can still see they're made from marble, but we have to take that out of the mind. Srila Prabhupada said that they are not ordinary, they are not stone. Radha and Krishna is standing there. So we must take these truths and imbibe these truths, and we can talk to Radha and Krishna, and they can talk to us. We have many examples of those great understanding in the Bhāgavatam. The Sakshi Gopal, the Brahmana is catching the Lord, talking with him, and then the Lord is saying, if you can talk, you can walk. Yes. Oh, Lord is how can catch the Lord? Jitamana prashantasya. one who can conquer the mind and senses, one who can come to the transcendental platform. Jitamana prashantasya paramatma samahita. Paramatma, the Supreme Lord, directly in the heart is there to guide you. Sitoshna sukha dukeshu. Then you become the real yogi. It doesn't matter. Happiness and distress, honor and dishonor, fame and infamy, heat and cold. You can be situated on the transcendental platform. Conquer the mind. Vacho vegam manasa vedam krodha vegam udarupasta vegam. Jiva vegam. Jiva vegam. By using the tongue, by controlling the tongue. Yeah? How Srila Prabhupada tells us that by using the tongue we can become a transcendentalist. Yogis going and meditating for so long, they cannot become a transcendentalist by just using the tongue. Doya moi, koribade jiva joy, so pashar anadillobai. This is the devotional part. We take the prasada. Sharira, because this body is a vidyajal. Jodendra etaikal, we can control the senses with taking prasada. Who could have believed that? Who could believe just by chanting Hare Krishna you can come to the transcendental platform? Arthaḥ Shri Krishna namari na bevad grayam sevan mukhe. Hi jivaro swayamiva spurati. The spurati, the attraction for Krishna can develop within the heart. Because Cheto Dharpanam Marjanam, we can clean the mind, clean the mirror of the mind. And more we clean it, is more we'll be able to clear. Yeah? Divya Jnana Hridaya Prakashit, the spiritual master will give if you are clean and pure in the heart, Govinda Korehi Namor Vaishnava Pran. He said that this place is where I can sit, the Lord can sit in the heart and be happy. Sada Govinda Vishram. Vaishnava Pran. This is the Vaishnavas. This is the Lord. He said, I know no one but by devotee. My devotee know no one but me. So to become to the platform, transcendental platform, takes faith. It takes the association of bhaktas, devotees, to come to that transcendental platform. So I wanted to prepare the class, but I wanted to talk about the difference between the yogis. The yogis, like Vishwamitra Muni and Subhari Muni, they try to control their senses, artificially, and they got caught in the web. Mohajala, samavrita pasakta kama bogeshu, patanti yada, patanti narka sochu. They can glide down from the transcendental platform. But it is said that Haridas Thakur, he was able to initiate Maya also. He was able to initiate Maya. Maya Devi came personally to the devotee, but he was fixed. Dida, Sita di muni yujyate, kim asita, vrajita kim pabasheta. How does he sit? How does he walk? What does he do? What does he meditate on? This is, we have the proof. And when there is proof, faith becomes more strong. Like some materialistic people say, if you have proof, then you don't need faith. Srila Prabhupada said, if you have proof, your faith becomes more strong. So, what about the time? I would like to talk. Let me see what it is like. Yes, 1 minute again for the time for prasad, for Sharira Vidijal. So is there any comments, any other question, any?
Just to thank you for quoting so many beautiful verses in songs and just beautiful verses.
They're all there. They're all the bhakti verses. They're all the bhakti verses. We can, they can be transported to you. Imports, they can be imported to you. You can be an import of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. That was the first verse I learned when I joined to ISKCON. He said, one who has implicit faith, Yasya Devi Parabhakti, Yata Devi Tata Guru, Tasyaitehi Katita Artha, Prakashanti Mahatmana. For one who has implicit faith, both in the Lord and the spiritual master, are imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. This part will be revealed to us as we endeavor in the path. It will be transcendentally revealed within the heart. Sarahhirdayeshu vilokayanti yang shama sundaram achintya guna swarupam. So we can see the Lord within the heart. We can be televised within the heart. Tene brahm hridaya ahri kavaye yat muyanti suraya. This part is transferred to us. So we are very fortunate to come to this part and to develop some faith and some bhakti and some devotion unto the Lord. So we are all endeavoring, and I am fortunate to get this opportunity to speak on this elevated seat. Thank you all very much. Is there any other? Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindhuvevacha, paridnang pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo, namo namaha. No need. Once Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.